And welcome to another edition of Divine Love Talk, where we talk about all things life, love, and spirit. Today is Wednesday, Hump Day, November 20th, 11:20. How is everybody doing? How is everything going? We're limited for time again. I'm sorry. I know. Thank you so much to everybody who has been signing up for virtual readings and the email readings. You guys are keeping me in the astral. You're keeping me on the other side so I can get these messages out to you. I do appreciate the love and I do appreciate the support now that Pluto is firmly in Aquarius. What was y'all doing around March 23, June 23, right? 2023, right? What was going on? What types of heads up you were given then, right? Because we were told what was keeping us between us and our destiny. What was keeping us between, what was standing between us and showing up in the world the way that we're supposed to. If you've been trying to manifest success, you've been trying to manifest abundance, you've been trying to manifest any version of a happily ever after, it is required now that Pluto is in Aquarius and Saturn is almost finish issuing out karma. It is required that you show up as your authentic self, unapologetically as your authentic self. If you want to go off and join the circus, then you do that. If you want to go back to school to become an underwater welder, even though you've been a lawyer your whole life, if you meet the requirements, do that. But this is the time to fully live in your truth and start establishing those boundaries with folks and making sure you're maintaining them at every level. That is the key to receiving your blessings. That is the key to receiving your successes on every single level. They can't bring you your blessings and miracles if you're not being you. Thankfully, we live in a time that not fully, but we've gotten a lot better at celebrating individuality, especially over the past 20 years, past 30 years, past 50 years, right? Everybody can do everything as long as you're putting the work in to get to that position. Do it, do it, do it. Since we are pressed for time, we're going to get straight into the general reading and what you guys need to hear most on this day. Do I need to adjust the camera? I think I do. Give us more table space. Voila. If this is your first time here, hello, my name is Etta, Mystic Healer, intuitive and spiritual life coach. I will never reach out to you first, okay? While I'm pulling the cards, the messages, let us know where you're from and how you are doing. We have space for 2 mini readings for the subscribers. If you would like a reading off the live, that information's in my bio. And do not forget, we still have the raffle going on. So any purchases made or any donations made this month is going towards winning the $250. Let's see what Spirit has to say for the collective. Holy Spirit, on this Wednesday, what do we need to know most? Right, because we're trying to keep up with the sun. Don't let the sun go down on me. Oh. Speaking about authenticity, keep in mind that regardless if you're 20 or 80, it's never too late. As long as you have breath in your lungs, you have a shot at manifesting the life of your dreams. What is the vibe for today, Holy Spirit? What is the vibe for today? Whoop. That came straight at me. What else does the collective need to know on this Wednesday? Because we're just going to take it from the top, this thing. Right, and then we'll take a kipper. I believe the moderators are on deck, so if you have any general questions or you just want to share your thoughts, feelings about what's coming out, don't hesitate to put it down in the chat. And then once I'm done with the channeling, I'll get back to your message. Oh my goodness, these are some juicy cards coming out. We're gonna leave those here. Let me just move this so you guys see everything because it's a mess over here. It's a gaggle of cards over there. Anything else, Holy Spirit, that the collective needs to know? If you're watching this on the YouTube replay, hello, there should be timestamps in the description box below. But let's get into this message before we get carried away with what we need to know. This feels like the overall energy, and though it did come out in reverse, right? This card of lust, greed, by any means necessary. Shift your focus, shift your thoughts, right? If you are one of those cutthroat individuals, try a gentler, more loving, more directive approach. You know the saying, how you catch more bees with honey than you do with vinegar. When establishing and maintaining those boundaries, make sure you're not just being, I'm seeing the mighty green giant, right? There's no need to bulldoze and shout out to the world, this is who you are, in a mean way. That's not what they mean by being unapologetically, right? Standing in your truth. That's not what they mean, right? They mean to just show up as you are, right? Just like the flowers do, just like the stars do, right? The stars don't come out and they're like, pew, 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 we are the stars. Imagine that every night we get belted by the stars to be reminded that they are the stars. No, just show up in your energy. And anybody who comes up to you during this Mercury retrograde, anybody who tries to resurface and that anger comes back and you want to, that energy, those memories come back and you want to tell them about themselves and use this opportunity to put them in their place, or as they would say, crash out, don't. You've come too far to let yourself descend that far. Whoever comes back, respond to them in a graceful, loving manner that reflects your boundaries. But be gentle about it. No need to be rough. Starting off with distant horizons and poverty, right? Being clarified by burned bridges. Oh, oh, they say never burn bridges, but sometimes you gotta send those Johns ablaze, right? You gotta send them ablaze and do not look back, right? But do it gracefully, right? There's no need to make a whole show and dance out of it. Whatever you had to let go of because of lack of trust, people being disloyal, people turning their backs on you, people being in that betrayal energy, don't hesitate to burn that bridge, because that's the fire that's going to clear the way to manifest your happily ever after. We talk about this happening with forest all the time. It's auspicious that we're speaking about this while we're having a drought in New York, and there's a whole bunch of brush fires that's been going on, right? The forest can naturally start its own fire to clear the way. And when the acorns drop down, the fire causes the acorns to open up and the seeds get spewed into the ground and a new forest appears eventually. But this moment of rebirth that you're going through, this moment of this new cycle that you don't even see coming, that you are about to begin, right? Requires you to burn bridges, requires you to walk away from that person that kept you in this poverty energy. Here's some game, right? And why Spirit wanted to make it painstakingly clear, especially for those of you who had signed up for the twin flame ceremony we did at the beginning of the month. Once we did the first part, the angels made it painstakingly clear a lot of you are with people that you have no business with. And when you're in the wrong with the wrong person, or somebody who just can't go the distance with you, your money will always be funny. Your health will be questionable. Things will always be popping up. It will never flow. Life will never flow. If they have mayhem and craziness going on in their life, you will have mayhem and craziness going on in your life. If this is somebody that was just meant to teach you a brief lesson and then you move on to find your prince or princess charming, now is the time to really discern that energy. You can't receive blessings when you're tied to somebody with poverty wounds. You can't receive riches, right? Or the soft life. First of all, somebody who's attached to their poverty wounds and not doing the work to heal from them can never, and I know they say never, but somebody in that energy can never give you a soft life or luxurious life. They can't even do that for themselves. Whatever you have to let go of during this Mercury retrograde, right? So between now and the middle of December, even though Mercury officially goes direct, wait, the middle of December? No, the middle of January, right? Between now and the middle of January, because Mercury officially goes direct on the 25th. Ooh, so we're right, like, we're almost on it. Whatever comes to let it go. As my good man Usher said, let it burn, because they definitely can't go where you're going, right? Where we see all of this energy, where spirit wants to take you, your angel guides want to take you out of this energy of desperation, out of this energy of despair. I'm looking at despair. I'm looking at some of you guys energetically, because you're coming to the forefront, and it's like, so many of you, too many of you, are wondering why this didn't work out, why that didn't work out, why it started to work out and then it crashed and burned. You have the wrong people in your cipher, beloved. It's just that simple. When you don't have yourself surrounded by the right individuals with the right energy, and they themselves are surrounded by the right individuals and the right energy, you won't be able to make it very far in life. A lot of people end up in the predicaments, they get the evil eye thrown on them and they don't know why, right? Especially since a lot of you are really genuinely good people, but the people that you associate with people who are into the life of always being worried about who and who has what and why. And if somebody has more than them, they do not hesitate to throw baneful magic their way just because. People will dislike you just because, right? You're too tall, you're too short, you're too this, you're too that, you're too coquette-ish, you're too rough. Who cares? If somebody's in your energy, and you will know because things haven't been working out for you, if somebody's in your energy who's preventing you from moving forward in your life, and as spirit let that come out, faces and names started to appear, let them go. Burn that bridge. You won't need them. They will need you before you need them. Let's say it all together, right? They will need you before you need them. And you could take that to the grave. You are a higher ordered spiritual being. And I say this to you guys all the time, because not just anybody finds me all willy-nilly. Whether it's here on social media or in the streets, people who find me have higher callings, higher purposes in this life. You can't just be around any and everybody. It'll definitely stop you. And here we go again with this journey card, this pathway card, right? And karma with this 35, which is 8, right? I hope you guys read Job 22:28 about the light being shined on your path. You will be shown the way. But how they say, travel light, travel far. Next we have community, but you see how that came out in reverse? Typically we don't read the Kipper cards in reverse, but its reversal is telling you loud and clear, who's ever in your cipher, who's ever in your circle of trust, right? Be it friends, family, co-workers. Go through the list, go down the line, and see who truly has your back, not just because they've been around for 20 years, right? For those of you, because you guys are higher ranking spiritual beings, so of course you're going to attract high priestesses and priests and witches and warlocks and all the spiritual majestical creatures the universe has. But here's another key for you. If somebody in your life is claiming to have these abilities, right? Whether they are a self-taught witch, it's been in their family for centuries, they are a kitchen witch or a voodoo priestess, Take a look at what they have. If they can't manifest the life that you're trying to manifest for themselves, or they can't even manifest the life that they want to manifest for themselves, that's your telltale sign you're more powerful than them and you're better off leaving that relationship behind. Because that will quickly, especially in this new season that you're going into, that will quickly turn to a relationship of jealousy, a relationship of, why is this happening for you? And when you mix and mingle with people that dibble and dabble, you heard that right. When you mix and mingle with people that dibble and dabble and they find out that you're more powerful than they are, they're going to test you. Have you guys watched The Discovery of Witches? And how the two Weaver witches went about it? Go watch that series on Netflix and think about it, right? Think about how that dynamic played out. As supreme spiritual beings, as human beings, right? Because we're all born with guardian angels. But when you are in the practice of this life, yeah, you're protected and you're guided, and you know from your family the different rituals you guys do and the different things you guys do. But that doesn't mean that it doesn't mean you're bulletproof, right? How they say God only protects children and fools. Some of y'all are sleeping with the enemy and giving yourselves all type of excuses as to why you allow yourself to sleep with the enemy. When you have the strength and the courage to burn that bridge, look what comes in. Everything you've been hoping for, wishing for, praying for. Some of you, highly evolved spiritual beings, have been tested the most over these past 16 months or so. Like really getting tested, because people know your brand of bippity boppity boo can change the world. So they rather try to steal your power, which they can, or trick you into thinking that you're not as powerful as you are. My dear, I'll agree with that part. No, you're not as powerful as you think you are. You're not. You're much, 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 much more powerful than you even realize. If you really took the time to break free from social norms and took some time off of social media and took some time away from people and just sat with spirit and yourself, they will show you just how gifted you truly are, just how strong your bippity boppity boo is. You have this season of great fortune, of abundance, of being able to manifest things on a whim in front of you, but it requires you to let go of all those individuals that have been staying around for far too long. Lastly, we have go the distance, no place like home, right? Bringing that stability, that security. And this is more about you're just at the finish line, right? We're talking about Saturn wrapping up its year of karma. And this is the good part. All year round, we've been hearing of this and hearing of that and hearing of this and karma being issued out. But you know that last minute crunch? You know, back in the day, like the day before Christmas, just how busy the malls would get and just how high the energy would be. This is the season we're stepping into. As now that Saturn is fully direct, but the year hasn't wrapped up yet, this is where we're going to see the real show. The real. And I have to laugh because a lot of these individuals thought that, oh, because I made it to November, I must be good. My sins must be forgiven. But we all have to pay the price, the consequence, or the reward of all our actions. And y'all know, karma doesn't miss a beat. You may think it's late, you may think it doesn't show up, but it always does. This nightlife card that's coming out with striptease, gamble, and Vegas is more about being free, standing in your energy, not having to give a reason why you cut so-and-so off, because at the end of the day, they know their time is up. They know their time is coming. Okay? Okay. Next, we have mending, stagnant, stuck, dead end, frozen. Family room. This is that, taking that time to meditate with spirit, with the creator, with the universe, right? Tapping into the winds, tapping into your own intuition so you can get the downloads that you need to get, right? Taking that moment to rest, relax, and prepare to receive after you've burned these bridges, these necessary bridges. With this Lover's card that wanted to come out, it's not only relationships getting better, but balance on every single level coming in as those chapters in your life that seem to repeat themselves, those cycles that seem to repeat themselves come to an end. The possibilities for you, beloved, are endless. Follow your dreams unapologetically, right? If you want to move from the city and build yourself a farm, do it. Do it, right? This is a moment to do what your heart desires. Whoever is supposed to come with you and join you, they're going to be rooting for you the entire way. They're not going to try to talk you out of it. Now that the slate is cleared because you're starting this new chapter, that now you've been writing your own chapters all along, but now you're fully aware and using all of your senses to write this. I hope you're using all of your senses to write this new chapter. Write it as you wish. The possibilities are endless. There is nothing under the sun that's impossible in its entirety. You might have to make some adjustments to make the impossible possible, but you're pure magic. You could do anything that you put your mind, heart, and soul to. Do it, do it, do it. All right, I really hope that somebody kept track of who requested the first two readings, because I wasn't looking at the chat. I'm sorry. I'm going to pull a love message, though, from the Romance Angels, because we won't be able to do a full-on love reading, but we're going to pull a love message. If the moderators can help me out and let me know if you guys know the first two callers. Holy Spirit, what does the collective need to know about love during this time? Because 11 is about fate and manifesting, right? And two, partnerships, balance. What else do we need to know about love? Oh, well, that's a nice way to put it, right? And this energy of being almost there, you're about to cross the finish line, right? That going back to that Vegas energy, that nightlife energy is really the energy of playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. You will manifest anything, not just love, but anything the easiest when you're in that energy of fun, when you're just going with the flow, knowing you're the magic, setting your intention, and knowing that it will come to you. Start manifesting simple things, like a paperclip. You can do it. And once you manifest the simple things, you can manifest the bigger things. The fact that it came out in reverse is like a lot of you are hesitant, right? Because we're adults. Most of us are. Some of us are physically adults, but Peter Pan, right? In that playful energy, that's how you get to the heart of manifesting like that. But you got to believe in it. You got to believe in you. I believe in you. Because you wouldn't find me just because you're scrolling randomly on TikTok. There's 150 billion? There's a lot of people on this app. There's a lot of people going live. The fact that you stumbled on my live, for those of you who are new here, means something. And that something is up for you to decipher, if you will, right? If you're really serious about manifesting that life of your dreams, if you're really serious about becoming the person you're meant to be in this lifetime, start the work. And welcome to your support team. Welcome to the Soul Tribe. All right, let's see who is here. Give out some hellos. and see who we're giving out mini readings to. Again, if you'd like a personal reading, that information is in the bio. Everybody who signs up for a reading or makes a purchase at my boutique or makes a love offering, that goes towards the raffle. The raffle will be held during the first week of December to see who wins that $250. And in December, towards around Christmas time, we'll have another raffle. All right. Desiree, we did. All right, so looks like Desiree is on the list. I'm just checking to make sure you are subscribed. Hi, I didn't get to even say my highs. Hi, Loca. Hi, Blaze. Dominique, thank you. How are you? All right, so we have Desiree first, and then Mac Cherry. Ooh, or Cherry Mac. Whimsical Pisces, hello. Desiree, sit tight. We're going to get to you as soon as we get past the hellos. Let's see who else is here. Julio, you are the Walter Mercado. Now, that is an honor. Hold on. Have you guys ever seen Walter Mercado on TV? This is like, you got to be of a certain generation, but that is an honor, Julio. Thank you. That made my soul giggle. Ooh, Genuine. Ew. How are you? Welcome to Divine Love Talk. Let's see who else is here. All right. OP Jade, how are you? Jasenia, how are you? OP Jade, hello. Thank you for the new follows and all of the likes, right? That keeps us relevant in the algorithm, so I appreciate that. Oodles and oodles. Full moon foe, you are right. You are divinely protected. Use it well. Hi, Nishaya. BB Blackheart, how are you? Hi, Mercy. How are you? Embrace. I feel like I've been fighting off someone's evil eye these last few months because you have. Right? It's very important that we make, especially everybody, but especially higher ranking spiritual folks that are constantly attacked because of their light. Make sure you engage in some type of practice of practicing gratitude every day and doing protection work every single day. It's like brushing your teeth. You gotta do it because they will come for you. And just when you figure it out, 1, 2 others pop up. It's just how it works. Unfortunately, they didn't just tap me on my shoulder. They straight up beat me down. They mind up do that too, right? They got me good last night. They got me real good. All right, since we only have 2 spots. Hi, Malu. Since we only have 2 spots open, we're doing Desiree and then Mac Cherry. And I keep wanting to say Cherry Mac. I almost crashed out last night, but not to anyone I've been involved with. It was work related. You don't give them people your energy like that. And that's another thing. When they know that you're powerful, they will try to siphon your energy. When they know they can't get it through sweet gestures because you don't rock with them like that, you're not close enough to be their friend, like you only engage with them on a certain level, they will bait you to crash out and just get all that yummy energy for their purposes. Deandra, how are you? Crystal, let this be confirmation. And let that be your affirmation every single moment, every single morning for the rest of the year, right? And they're saying every single moment, like as often as you can repeat that affirmation, you are going to get everything you want and then some. Throw your I am on that, Crystal, and just keep thinking it, feeling it, saying it, knowing it, and let us know how things show up for you. And Mac Cherry is from good old Texas. And I say it like that because Texas has been haunting me for the past, what, guys? 4 months? I shall visit one day, probably sooner than I anticipate. Running Springs, California. I've never heard of Running Springs. But that sounds like a beautiful community. Like it was just like picturesque USA. It just has a ring to it, full moon foe. All right. Oh, and Desiree's in Arizona. Queen Vegan, how are you? Miss Nicole, Choosy Light, how are you? All right, I think Buggy. I know. You're sitting right on my heart. It's just life. Life. Hi, Lex. All right, Desiree. You're doing okay. Would you like a general message or did you have a specific question? Hi, Lexi. Big Purr. Oh, gosh, I love that name. Oh, yes, Desiree. They can show up in your dreams to attempt to tamper with your energy. I protected my energy so hard I changed my number. You know, that might just be my confirmation because I was thinking about that earlier. Whimsical. I was just thinking about it because it's time. Right? It's time. Okay, so we're going to do a general reading for Desiree. And then we're going to get into Mac Cherry. You did. I'm going to look into it because we got to get to the bottom of these people effing with you. Embrace. So I'm going to read it. But for right now, let's tune the energy to Desiree and see what her guides would like to tell her on this Wednesday. You do realize, and this is for the collective, not every battle is meant to be fought with action. Some battles, not too many of them, but it feels like the most critical of them need to be fought with inaction. Anybody who tries to provoke you, I'm hearing Cold War. Say nothing, do nothing. Not appear stoic, or maybe appear stoic. Trust your intuition, but be unmoved. Be unmoved. They say fight fire with fire. No, baby. You are a whole magical being who has been ascending into their place on the sun. I tell you folks, you're not regular degular. You're not a muggle, right? You're high-ranking individuals. If you had to crash out, spaz out, maybe put hands on somebody, let it be, right? That was the old you, even if the old you was an hour ago, right? But this battle that's coming requires your silence. Going back to Desiree's energy and what she needs to hear specifically. Maybe Desiree needed to hear a piece of that, and that's what brought it out for the collective. This is a good opportunity, especially when dealing with the people that you know, to not react in the way that you typically act. To just kind of smile with your eyes. Let your gaze linger for a moment, and then look away, and then walk away. That's the third key. Desiree, which pile is your pile? You have the clear quartz, the tourmalated quartz, or the moldavite, Which pile is your pile? As I look down and I see Doodle. Hi, Doodle. How are you? I'm excited to see you. We have some catching up to do. All right, Desiree, you want the clear one. Yep, that's the clear one. All right, Desiree, you got... Oh, that came out with two. The Knight of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. At the bottom of the deck is the Page of Swords, right? And the Strength card wanted to come out, but we leave that there, right? Strength card is more Leo energy, Taurus, Capricorn energy. And with these swords, you have air energy, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, that dang Gemini again. And Ace of Pentacles, Earth energy, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Redemption Song by Bob Marley started playing, right? And none but ourselves, none but our minds can free ourselves. None but our minds. They're putting those words together for the song for us. This is a moment, right? And it feels like there's been some endings, there's been some thought about maybe relocating or just wanting change, right? Whatever comes your way, because they're going to start giving you the nudges and the guidance and the, how about this? Or would you like that, right? Energy is coming your way. And it's going to come in very, very quickly. But just because this energy is coming in very quickly, doesn't mean you have to make a decision very quickly. And they're saying, your guys are saying, the reason they refer to the song is because of how you think, right? None but ourselves, none but our mind can free ourselves. There's something in the way that you think that has kept you in these repeating cycles, that has kept you in the energy of attracting the same type of people and the same type of experiences and the same type of outcomes. It's like no matter what you do, you still end up at the same place. It may be with a different face, but the same characteristics as the other person. Your guides are just a tidbit harsh, and you come from a line of people of higher echelon spiritual folks, right? Any lack that you're experiencing is because you have yourself in a mental prison. You sell yourself short, and they wish you would stop. They wish you would have the strength to realize that you are the Empress. Because the moment you embody that energy is the moment they're able to be like, ta-da, roll out the red carpet, and every single thing that you've been praying for magically happens for you. And you're going to be like, why did it take so long? And they're going to look at you and say, but boo, why did you take so long? Who tricked you into believing that you're not this amazing person because everybody's amazing people? No. I mean, people are amazing in their own way. But just like there's ranks amongst the angels, there's ranks amongst the people. Some people are just naturally born with a higher je ne sais quoi that, it's just what it is. It's what the creator decided it to be. And who are we to judge and decide that that person shouldn't have that ranking? Again, you come from a line of people like you. Stand on it, right? Even if it makes other people uncomfortable. That's a them thing, not a you thing. Because if you're going to worry about other people's comfort, if you're going to worry about dimming your light, whatever you're trying to manifest will always be something that's in the future for you. It will always be a part of your dreams, a part of your visions, but it will not make its way into your reality until you free your mind. They're saying do better. With the way you think about yourself, you are reminded, they're strongly reminding you to remember whose child you are and where you come from. And not just your mama and your grandma and your aunts and that side of the family. No, go back. Go back. Go back, go back, go back, go back. And see where your bloodlines are really tied to. Do the research on even your blood type, especially if you are an O type, right? It's time to reclaim your power. And then all your blessings will follow, especially those things that are long, you've been long wanting for, waiting for, desiring, they will come into. I love that these two came back out again, right? They came out during the reading that we posted before the live. This is the Empress and the Strength card, by the way, and there goes the Emperor, her divine counterpart. Things will go from being really slow to really fast the moment you reclaim your power and step into your destiny. That is your message. Mac, Cherry Mac. To the front of the line, please and thank you. Desiree, you are welcome so much. I truly appreciate your patience. I would appreciate more that you remember who you are. Because for each and every one of you who remembers who they are, right, is another addition to the team of lights. And it may not seem much, right? People are like, I'm just one person. Uno, nuno. I get that. But if you get enough one persons, right? Like if you have enough single dollar bills and you collect enough, you have $100. You have $1,000, right? You have $10,000, right? But each person that steps into their purpose, each person that steps into their gift is another tick mark on the side of the light. And the more people that are on the side of the light is the easier it becomes to raise the elevation, the energy of the planet, of the universe. Our gifts are not our own. Our gifts are so that we can help one another, help the universe, help spirit. It's a co-creative process, right? But we typically, as human beings, tend to slack on that part, or holding up our end of the couch, so to speak. Mac Cherry, where art thou? And I thank all the newbies for joining us. Crystal is a Capricorn. We have another Capri Sun in the house. And Desiree is a Gemini. Dun, dun, dun. I love it. I love it. I love it. Simply the best. Hello, hello, hello. All right. Where did CK? Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't even know what that means, TikTok. Bonus time unlocked. I gotta Google that, guys. What? Where is Cherry Mac? Because they are next on the list. Oh, there you go. There you go. Are Fabian and I meant to be together, or Mac Cherry? Yes, to the first part, right? We don't meet anybody by accident. Every soulmate And everybody we meet is a soulmate, right? It's meant to come in and assist us along our journey in some shape, form, or fashion, right? And that assistance is usually in terms of some sort of lesson. Now, when it comes to our soulmates, which include karmics and twin flames, that's just all different names, right? Different categories of soulmates, if you will, right? So yes, Fabian is meant to be in your life right now, right? Together right now, because there's learning occurring right now. But you feel like you're more concerned with the long term of you and Fabian being together, right? All right. So we're going to do this a little differently. This is Fabian's energy, right? What he thinks about you, what he's planning to do about these feelings and thoughts he has about you, and the outcome for the relationship. Overall energy is that Ace of Cups, right? We love to see the Ace of Cups in a love reading, but we try not to get too ahead of ourselves, right? Ace of Cups speaks about commitments elevating to a new level, marriage, right? And all that lovey-dovey stuff and other interpretations we can talk about cups running over and things of that nature. Energetically, it feels like you and Fabian make a good match, but there is this anxiety surrounding not knowing what the future is going to bring. Well, that's the beauty of it, my dear. You're not supposed to know what the future is supposed to bring. You're supposed to go along for the ride. When we start anticipating and thinking and wondering, all that energy gets thrown into the relationship unnecessarily. And then your partner starts picking up on it and they start feeling, for lack of a better term, aggy towards you because they don't have the words to feel to understand what they're feeling unless they're on a spiritual journey or, do some type of meditation to understand their feelings. They just know that sometimes when they come around you, it's uncomfortable because you're uncomfortable sitting in your anxiety. You're uncomfortable wondering what the future holds. You can, in turn, because this Ace of Cups is clarified by deception, deceive yourself. Once we start worrying about the worst, guess what we manifest? The worst. Someone's wearing a false self mask in this relationship. It feels like worrying about the worst, but we're going to see what else comes out for you. His current energy, well, he's, oh gosh. Not only is he going through because we all are, his own struggles and fights in life, but one of them are the doubts about this relationship. And that his doubts, like he has no doubts, but he's very much worried that you have doubts. Whether you articulated this to him, he could pick it up energetically. But this could be the one. Could be. And it's good. It's auspicious, I should say, that they put this one out for you because it's up to you. If you're thinking the worst, you're going to get the worst version of him. If you're thinking the best now and knowing that this could possibly be the relationship that lasts forever, then that's what you might just manifest. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. What do they think of you? Resurrection, religious factors. Your love life is being influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. There's a lot of work, and somebody else got this in their reading today. These triggers that's coming up that make you anxious or spark feelings about knowing how it's going to end, rather than going along for the ride, are a part of your spiritual journey. What these emotions are doing are revealing the areas in your life that needs to be healed. In order for you to start the chapter that your heart wants to start with this person, it requires you to heal and really start walking on your spiritual path. It doesn't mean you go to Sedona and become a priestess. It means you open up your spirit and seek to understand your connection to source, your connection to self, and trusting your intuition. When you are more aligned with your intuition, it will never become a question on what whose and whose intentions truly are. You will energetically, spiritually always feel it, right? And keep in mind, when we're closely attached to somebody else, whatever we're feeling and thinking, and we're constantly in that feeling or constantly in that thought, they pick up on it as well. Any arguments, any misunderstandings should be left in the past, right? Do your best to heal, process what happened, set up boundaries so that it doesn't happen again, but then let it go. Three of Wands, following by the retreat card. Maybe it is time to check that trip to Sedona. When was the last time you guys went away? Right? Nothing fancy like, I don't know, Vegas or nothing, to do nothing. They're saying fun, right? For lack of a better term. But when was the last time you went out and just went hiking, right? Or connected with nature, or actually went on a spiritual retreat? What are your thoughts on trying ayahuasca? What are your thoughts on going on a spiritual retreat? This would be a good time, right? Or anything that you guys could do together that neither one of you have done before will bring you closer and help you understand each other a little better, in hopes that you won't be triggered, right? 9 of Swords. My dear, my dear, my dear, this is going back to the, if you expect the worst, guess what your outcome is going to be? The worst, right? This literally came out like this. This person with this 9 of Swords energy, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra energy, is about thinking the worst, right? Having sleepless nights because you're so caught up in your head. You have now gotten to the point where you've imagined situations that never happened, but your body is starting to feel that it's real and starting to react to it. When you're so caught up in that emotion that you don't focus on the attraction. You don't focus on the love that's already here. Shift your focus on what's going good, right? And expect this relationship to be what it's supposed to be without a definition right now. Sometimes when we know, well, actually every time that I've seen that somebody knows what the exact outcome is supposed to be, they fumble it. We're only human. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. If you're going to use your energy, try to keep it as light as possible, as playful, that came out in the general reading, as possible. And when you find yourself starting to get into the energy of worry, into the energy of doubt, take the necessary steps to pull yourself back towards the energy of knowingness, of acceptance, of surrender, of detachment. What's going to happen a month from now? They're saying, who cares? Enjoy the moment. Enjoy the little moments, especially that you have with one another now. And if you could plan that trip, go away and do something that connects you guys on a spiritual level, intimately on a spiritual level, do it, do it, do it. That is your message. Your birthday is, well, happy belated birthday. We definitely want another one soon to talk without distractions. It will be very, very good for you guys. If you guys could get more than a weekend, like a whole week or two, right? Maybe if you're up to it, because some people don't like to be on the ocean for that long. But if you could find like a cruise that offers some type of meditation, spiritual retreat, something under that umbrella, something to think about. You don't have to jump into it, but definitely, definitely something to think about. Hi, Gina. All right, it's 4:22. We're losing sunlight. We're losing sunlight. We're losing sunlight. I guess you couldn't see. I guess you can't see my messages for some reason. I legitimately couldn't see your messages until Loka pinned it, and then they all appeared. And I was like, whoa. Which then in turn leads me to say, what are you not seeing in this relationship, right? Going back to focusing on the good part, because Spirit could say, yes, this is your happily ever after. This is the person that you're supposed to have all these wonderful memories with. And, your marriage is going to last for decades and decades and decades. But now you know that. And now everything is like, this can't be the person I'm going to marry, right? They're doing this and they're doing that. And we're supposed to do. Now everything gets predicated with that. And it cheapens it. Right? It tarnishes it with all the negative energy, right? Rather than allowing the energy to naturally grow into that space. If you catch my drift. Before we wrap up the live, do you guys have any general questions, thoughts, or feelings you want to share with the collective, right? And if you're watching on YouTube, you could share that in the comment box below, right? But any thoughts that you would like to share with the collective about what came out, what you're feeling in this moment, right? It is November 20th. We're getting ready for the holidays. We just hit the hour mark. Happy born day. Well, today is a very exciting day. Well, that just worked out. He picked a perfect day to come into this world. Welcome, nephew. We have so many Soul Tribe babies at this time. I'm losing count. Hi, Jackie. Oh my gosh, Spring, I would love to be in your time zone right now. It gets too dark too quick. He tells me everything is good. And you notice there's nothing that indicated that he's like cheating or third party energies, right? He's doing life, and you being scared is another thing that adds to something he's trying to fight, right? And I believe it came out in the reading that he hasn't really done anything or given anything. It's like, it's you concocting the scenarios in your head. And that's not just a you thing. Like, plenty of people have done it. I have done it. That's a behavior that you teach yourself out of once you realize that you're doing it. And that's that's how you know you're a master manifester, right? Resilient Flair, hello. Isn't it, Loka? Isn't it? Well, you have one, Loka, that you can, assist, and another one on the way. So I'm gonna need you to do what needs to be done, Loka. Please and thank you. I'm gonna need you to do what needs to be done. Resilient Flair. Hold on. Because should I continue being patient and just trust the process? Yes. Trust the process, right? There's no or. Because if you're really trusting the process, exiting the situation would be the clearest option, right? Trusting the process and exit the situation, they're kind of like hand in hand. If you're seeing the signs and the signs are pointing you one way, that's the direction you go. But you got to trust that that's the direction you go. Well, you let me know, Boogie, because you're about to get busy, right? And your hands are going to be, I don't know what your plans are after the plans that I know of. It was on my heart, but life. So it's up to you. And I'm a late owl, so you let me know what works for you. And I said, hurry up, Luca. That's it. You put your hurry up on it, right? We got to get rid of the hags because the hags keep standing in the way. But I'm so ready to see how your story unfolds because these people resilient. Much love. It is my pleasure. It is my pleasure. Anybody else who would like a personal reading, that information is in the bio. As always, people who subscribe to the live get at least one reading per month on the live, one mini reading on the live, right? I think we got to everybody. Tomorrow we could talk more about Mercury retrograde and this whole Pluto and Aquarius and things about that nature, and kind of went out of focus, right? Things of that nature. But it's hard to keep things in focus now as we are losing the light. We aren't doing any more readings on the live, Babiana. We'll try again tomorrow. Thank you guys for the gifts. Jen. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. I truly do. So tomorrow is another day. In the meanwhile, right? Because a lot of interesting things came out during the live. But the biggest thing that came out so resoundedly, is that a word? But they're showing me in big caps, is that you are the magic. And if anybody's treating you less than the magical being you are, those are the ones you need to burn bridges with and just, right? Just flick that match and don't look back. Don't look back. I love you guys all. I really do. I thank you for your support. Because of you, I get to live my dreams. And I have no words for the amount of gratitude I feel for that. But I truly do appreciate every single one of you. I thank you for spending this part of your day, because we're an hour and a little bit over, right? You could be anywhere doing anything, but you're here with us, and I appreciate you spending time with Spirit, the Soul Tribe, and myself. I love the friendships that are forming in the Soul Tribe, because it means that kindreds, true kindreds, are finding each other through this wonderful, wonderful app. Have an amazing day. Eat something yummy, right? And stay blessed. I love you, Margie.